Frank-Eddie-Foot, you got the foot, Eddie Frank. You got Frank-and-Foot is sick. Hi everyone, Frank-and-Foot. I'm feeling under the weather, but that's okay, because I got the best medicine, and that is a 3-star war attack. And I'm pretty happy, because this is a maxed out base, with the exception the heroes are around level 20, but goodness sakes, without a Barb King I was able to do this. And I did this because this guy has done a couple of silly things that I was able to exploit. So my Barb King is down what feels like eternally, so I have been messing around and I have been finding ways to try to take some of these bases without the use of a Barb King, and what tactics work for that. Now, what's really popular right now is sort of a hero swap, where you drop the king and then drop the queen, and they'd go and take out the enemy archer queen and potentially try to take out an air defense too, which you could kind of see maybe coming from this direction. You could try something like that. The problem is when you don't have a king, you got to do something different. And I've had some success dropping P.E.K.K.A.s and pretending that they're a Barb King, but the problem with that is I'm losing 5 balloons and I don't get a huge value for my P.E.K.K.A. So I've had more luck doing a queen walk. And this guy he may think that he's buried his air defenses pretty deeply, but you can actually come out and reach them from this side. Because you got to have like 4 tiles away for the queen not to reach on a queen walk. And if you're going at it straight on, you cannot reach it. But, he's got this little divot here where you can come in and reach it. So, here's what I have elected to do. I'm going to drop the queen with 3 healers on her right on this DE storage, and I'm only using 3 because I don't want a whole. I want the balloons, and I want the balloons, and the main part of this attack is not going to be the walk. That's just sort of the entry. But I'm going to drop the queen, and notice I'm going to have to start on a dark elixir storage to bust through and get to that air defense, and that's the highest hit point building in the entire game. So to help speed her along, I'm going to drop a whiz behind her, and he's eventually going to run ahead of her and get shot up by something like this archer tower or this cannon, but he's going to help her muscle through this pretty quick, and maybe even this if I'm lucky, but just to help speed things along. And now if you look at this air defense, I can just barely by the skin on his fiery little fuzzy teeth, I don't know why I called him fuzzy, I can drop a baby dragon right here and be just barely out of range of that air defense. If I drop him right here, he's going to blast that thing and then scoot on over and blast that thing. He should move directly left, and he'll stay out of range of that air defense. And so he'll only have that archer tower on him, so you can't use minions in this area, but you can use a baby dragon. And that will help to establish the funnel. And the queen's going to walk in here, take out this cluster of buildings here, and then hopefully with these buildings gone, she will walk in the direction she's supposed to walk. Now the problem with this is, if you look, I'm going to have when she walks up into this area, she's going to have an X-bow on her, she's going to have a cannon, she's going to have the enemy queen. She's going to have a lot of heat on her, so I'm not even going to play around. I'm just going to go ahead and drop a rage real quick right there and try to keep her up. I'm not going to be stingy with those on the queen. Got to keep the queen up for this. Then as you come around over here, you could allow her to continue to walk, and she could eventually pick out that air D from that corner. But what I elected to do was actually to sort of bust into this compartment to help make sure she gets that air D. And to not waste much more time on the walking, because the whole time she's rounding this corner, she's going to have this X-bow on her. So, I want to bust into here, but if you think about how the queen's going to walk, she's going to take out these buildings, but you want wall breakers to come in and bust on this side. And so you want this building up, so the wall breakers will come and target the wall next to that building. But you need something to tank for this archer tower, because the queen will not be tanking for you, and potentially this X-bow, depending on where the queen is standing at the time of the wall breakers. So I'm going to bring one giant let him do some tanking, and I'll drop him, and then very shortly I'm going to drop 3 wall breakers right on that corner right there. And then the queen will eventually walk in, and if the enemy queen is not down, she will go down. And then my queen will also take out that air defense. And then, for the rest of the raid, I'm going to start by dropping a hound sort of in this direction, because these buildings should be gone, and I don't want the balloons to have to backtrack. So first hound in this direction, second hound in approximately this direction, and I've been doing a wall of balloons just to try to keep them as spread out as I can, saving some. And then when it looks like they're coalescing on this thing, I'm going to drop my third and final hound, with more balloons behind him, saving a few for the end. And then when this air D is gone and everything moves in that other direction, I'm going to drop a few more balloons. Hold on to one at the end. Hold on to minions, because he's got 2 builder huts over here, and I got an archer and a minion for those if those don't get taken care of. So that's the plan. Let's watch it unfold in not real time, but in fake real time or replay time. So I start with the queen and a wizard, 3 healers on her. Thanks to that wizard, they punch through that rather easily. The baby dragon comes out, and like a champ, does exactly what he's supposed to do, very much unlike the last raid where they were butt munches. So the funnel is established. The queen's going through. That wizard's gone at this point. She's working through some storages. She's taking a hit from right now for just 1 cannon, because she took out that archer tower. Now she's getting a second archer tower on her. So I'll go ahead and drop the raid so she can be healed up when she starts engaging the enemy queen. And beautiful. So now up here we should see the... Oh, I was a little slow. I barely got those wall breakers off in time. The queen almost took out that building. But anyway, the queen is now going to walk in to that compartment like a good girl. She's got air sweepers on here, and I'm going to go ahead and drop my second rage to make sure that she is kept up. Oh, very important, I forgot to mention, the clan castle. This was a fresh attack, but every single Town Hall 9 had a golem in their clan castle. And if you look, that's one reason I elected to walk in this direction. If she skirts around the edge of the base, she will never get the clan castle pull. I don't care about it at all for the LaLoon portion of this, and all it's going to do is just occupy my queen for an obscene amount of time. So I knew she'd eventually hit it once she walked into this compartment and took out that air D. But I think she will survive because she's not going to have too much on her at once. But it doesn't matter so much. The LaLoon portion of the raid should take care of it, I think. And the queen is pretty much just going to be distracted the rest of the time. So 2 hounds come out. Ooh, that bomb tower's still sitting there. I kind of missed that bomb tower. Dropping some hastes to get the balloons moving along. Ooh, I missed that. There's some air skellies there. I was saving a poison spell for the air skeletons, but I didn't even notice them with all the chaos going on. Thankfully, the lava pups took them out. Alright, so I got 2 hounds popping, which is kind of good. I got 1 left, sitting on the rest of the balloons, and that's either a rage or a haste. Probably a rage. I think I had 3 rage. Take out the last air defense, and so long as they can survive this last wizard tower, the base is completely shot. And thankfully, the balloons are spread out enough. And I think a lot of that's due to sort of the timed entry. And so what you missed was the queen went and took out the clan castle troop, just sitting there pounding on him. Eventually she's gonna, I think what I did was I dropped her ability to get through that wall just for cleanup, and she'll take out the enemy king. I got 2 builders huts here. I got a minion and a archer for him. I think I dropped the archer up there. The minion comes down here, and the hero minion comes all the way in the base and takes out the town hall. And that's it. I got 1 balloon in the bank. I figured I dropped it over here because that's the farthest away from the rest of the balloons. Just for cleanup. Nope, dropped it on the edge of the trash ring. I guess that was smart of me. But yeah, builder huts are down. Of course, as soon as I do use my my queen's ability, the archers all jump into a double bomb, giant bomb, and I try to swag a poison spell, but you know, I just wasted because I didn't get the nice swag effect. But anyway, well, there you go. somehow got that one to work out. Thankfully, due to the exposed air defenses. So when you're designing your bases, be aware. People can exploit bases that are shaped like that. Okay, Frankenfoot, sign out to the next time.